Hello guys, welcome back to Garage Football. Welcome to our live watch along for the Man City versus Tottenham Carabao Cup Final of 2021, the first domestic cup final of the season. So I'm joined by Dennis and John today. Thanks for joining, guys, and don't forget to subscribe to Garage Football if you're new, and leave your match thoughts, comments, etc. in the live chat. We'll get to those. So thanks for joining, chaps. So Dennis, to start with you, mate. Obviously, the first cup final of the season. You look forward to it?
Yeah, looking forward to it. It'll be interesting with a minute amount of fans that are there, what the reception's going to be, because obviously there's been fan protests. I don't think City actually had a fans protest, but I know Spurs had a very minute one, appropriate. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see what the response is.
Absolutely. What about you, John?
Dennis, you're absolutely right, mate. It's going to overshadow it, isn't it? It's not going to be the League Cup final anymore. It's going to be the greedy final, really, as far as I'm concerned. But it'd be interesting to see if we do get to see anybody in the stands there today. It's supposed to be like 2,000 supporters, if I remember correctly. So I've only literally just turned the telly on before I came on to you guys, so I haven't really had a chance to see what's going on there and stuff. But it's going to be weird seeing them in there.
There were fans holding up scarves saying "football," white scarves with blue writing. So I think it's a neutral thing between the two fan groups, saying like "football is for us" or "football belongs to us" or something. But it was only, I'd say, 20 to 30 fans. It wasn't a huge rabble. They were, chanting something. But there was Sky Sports had the production music, and Law was talking over it. So know what's going on about.
Yeah, as you say, lads, there are fans there today, which is great to see. Tottenham Man City have got 2,000 fans each there, and then the remaining allocation is split between groups, including Brent residents and NHS staff, which is great to see as well. So at least there are fans there today. We'll just run through the lineups quickly. We're just over 10 minutes to kick off. So the holders, Man City, have won it the last 3 years. Stefan in goal, back four of Walker, Ruben Diaz, Laporte, and Cancelo. Midfield three of Gundogan, Fernandinho, and Kevin De Bruyne. And then the front three of Red Mahrez, Raheem Sterling, and Phil Foden. So Tottenham, similar formation. Lloris in goal, Aurier, Alvaro, Dyer, and Reguilon. Midfield three of Winks, Højbjerg, and Lo Celso. And then front three of Lucas Moura, Harry Kane, and Son. So thoughts, John, for me, on those lineups, for me, I think what was a big surprise is Harry Winks in the starting lineup for Tottenham today.
Yeah, definitely. To a degree, it's a big surprise with Kane starting. I thought he would have been on the bench for this, given his ankle injury or whatever he's been suffering for the last week or so. But two competitive sides. Obviously for obvious reasons, there's been some changes on both sides, but at the same time, quite strong lineouts, and be interesting to see how the both 4-3-3s intermingle and see where the spaces are. Again, as I always say, it's going to be a midfield battle, definitely with that midfield between the two sides. That's where a lot of it's going to take place. Yeah,
definitely. And Dennis, I mean, for me, the only surprise for Man City is they're still playing Stefan, but then again, he's the cup goalkeeper technically, but he didn't made a mistake in the semi-final the other week, so pressure's on him today.
Pressure is on him. But it's just sort of tradition, really. I mean, Spurs, do they really have a cup goalkeeper? I don't think they played anyone. I don't think they dropped Lloris for the cup games.
No, he's starting today.
Yeah, he's starting today, but what I mean is I didn't know if they played their second choice in the build-up. I don't know that. But yeah, and one other stat that more than the lineups showed, they showed Sky Sports just pulled up Guardiola's record in cup competitions, and the amount of cups that guy won is ridiculous. People don't realise just how many cup competitions he's won, be it Europe or domestic.
And just to jump on that, then absolutely, yeah, exactly. And he's only at that graphic they put up. He only lost one out of all the cup finals he's been at. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and he's got an amazing record in this competition. Man City have won it the last 3 seasons, so it's a big ask for Tottenham. Just want to touch on Spurs quickly. I mean, obviously, it's that Jose Mourinho earlier in the week, and it's Ryan Mason's second game in temporary charge. I mean, do you think, him in charge today will help the players, or do you think they'll miss Mourinho today?
I think they've got an easy out if they lose, is all I would say. If they do a Spurs and bottle it, as we know they probably will. They've got an easy out. in that they can go, well, inexperienced manager, Mourinho will unsettle the dressing room, blame it on the person that's not there, because it's never anyone else's fault. It's always everyone else's fault, never their own when they lose. So,
and I thought I'd never say this because I normally root for the underdog, but I'm rooting for the big good boys out of this.
John, there's one rule in football. Rule number one is anyone but Spurs.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I always want the team that's just not going to win to win, and it's just like this is the only fixture that we ever play. I don't want that to win.
I will always cheer on Millwall over Tottenham in a cup final. I mean that.
That's something.
Like I remember, 2019 Champions League final was like my worst nightmare because I've got two very deluded Liverpool supporting mates, and we could still call them deluded while they hadn't won anything. So, but then they were playing Spurs, and I had to, through gritted teeth, support Liverpool. I was like, because they're going to be never going to shut up about this, and then they go and win the league. So I don't think they're ever going to shut up, ever. But yeah.
But they might shut up as and when Klopp goes because he's going to go at some point off his own fruition or results. It's going to happen. He's not going to die on the pitch. He's going to walk away at some point, and that's probably 3 or 4 seasons from now.
Yeah, but one of those fans is literally obsessed with Jurgen Klopp, like something else. It's weird. But yeah, I don't know what he's going to do. Like sometimes he'll be running late, and I'll ask him where he is, and he'll just reply saying Klopp. I'm not even joking. I'll send Bill the screenshots. Like sometimes that does happen. It's a weird obsession they got with him, with Liverpool fans. But yeah, Harry Kane losing another cup final will be fun, especially as we speak of that 2019 Champions League final. Similar strokes in that Harry Kane rushes back from an injury, starts, underperforms in that final. Lucas Moura probably should have started that final up front for them. So it'd be interesting to see how he performs, So.
And while we're talking about Harry Kane, I'm very, very surprised that, given what was announced literally this time last week, that Harry Kane wasn't the one instigating conversations with all the captains of the other clubs. That's a big tell. It's a big tell.
If I speak, I'm in trouble.
You're in trouble anyway, mate. You might as well speak.
I was going to say, but if Jordan Henderson probably bangs the rights to be England captain based on that alone for me.
Absolutely.
I'm not really someone that rates. I think Henderson is a good footballer, but not a world class footballer. But he's certainly more of a leader than Kane by the looks of it, based on that alone for me.
Yeah, because he did stuff the last year as well for the NHS. He was the one that started spearheading things, and along with Marcus Rashford and everything else. But it speaks volumes about the bloke, talented footballer, but what really dropped down in my estimation as an England captain because when the whole of the football world is against the club that you're working for. And then all the players are coming out saying, "What the fuck's all this about?" The England captain is the first one to speak up, not anyone else.
And it also speaks volumes. Again, I don't like their goalkeepers, their captain ahead of him, and it's like, but Hugo Lloris is not the France captain, so I don't really get how that works. Surely, if he was that good a leader, he'd be captain in Spurs. But
exactly.
Anyway, the players are out on the pitch now.
Yep.
And they're good to see some fans in the stadium. Been a while since we've seen that.
With the Man City wearing their Liam Gallagher inspired track jackets.
It's a nice day today, so I haven't seen many of those yet. Not yet anymore. Maybe when the sun goes.
It is very Manchester Cagoule, isn't it? Like,
it is, yeah.
I mean, what was the meme back when Liam Gallagher did the concert in Manchester after the bombings? It was like nothing says "F you" to ISIS than a snarling Mancunian in an orange cagoule.
Yeah. It's quite a nice jacket, to be fair. I've got a bit of weakness for it when it comes to those, and I actually did quite like it. But it's I love the bloke with the Guardiola t-shirt in the bottom right hand corner there, where it looks like the old Granada logo.
Yeah.
That's quite. I like those little touches. They're good. I don't think you're too old enough to remember what the Granada emblem looks like, do you?
Not
You're old enough for
that. No. Doesn't quite spring to mind. Just said showing Ryan Mason on screen a couple of weeks ago. I doubt he'd be thinking he'd be singing the national anthem leading Tottenham out today, but today's his chance, mate.
Here we are.
We're just running through the lineups again. So let's go through your score predictions, lads. John, do you want to start first?
It's going to be I think it's going to be a tight 3-1 to City. I think that's what my instincts are saying.
Dennis?
I'm going to say 4-0 City.
Either way,
well, interesting backstory that when Watford played City in the FA Cup, friend of mine who his real name's Nathan, but we all called him Norm because that's what the supply teacher called him at school, thinking that was his real name, and it's just stuck to the point where he's an adult. He's just called Norm by everybody. Anyway, he's a Watford fan and thought Watford could beat Man City in that cup final, and I shook hands with him and bet him that Man City would win at least 4-0 in that final. And initially he was so confident he was willing to bet £200 that wouldn't happen, but then denied the bet ever happened when we watched the cup final together. I really wish I had someone witness that. But yeah, so as a result, I'm going 4-0 or more.
Was that finished 6-0, didn't it?
Yeah. Well, I think it finished 8-0 actually.
No,
6 or 8 now.
It was
ridiculous. I know Watford were what Troy Deeney was 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper at 0-0.
Yeah,
that was the only chance they had. Yeah, that's why I'm going for it. Cup finals now, I always just go 4-0 City. just go 4-0 City. The best.
I'm going to match last season's final and 2-1 City.
Well, City's keeper, you never know. I guess is the only thing I would say.
Well, likewise, Lloris, mate. To be fair, he makes quite a few mistakes here and there as well. I mean, it's indicative of being a goalkeeper, unfortunately, as we were talking about yesterday to a degree, if Dennis remembers. But you know, it is.
Come on, bloody remember.
But you know, it is Lloris is one of the most error-prone goalkeepers in the league. He genuinely is, but not that much higher than anyone else. But he seems to buckle under pressure recently. It's the only criticism I've got of him. I think he's a fantastic goalkeeper as a whole. It's just he buckles.
Oh, he needs to be at his best today, especially with likes of Phil Foden, Kevin De Bruyne playing today.
Mm-hmm.
We're just about to get underway. I wonder how far you're going to be behind today, Dennis. Or is it a bit in it like yesterday?
I think it will be. Because I'm watching it on Now TV Player, so
so am I. So Dennis, we'll be celebrating around about the same sort of time, mate. About 35 seconds behind Bill.
That's all right.
Yeah, I think. Well, hopefully there'll be plenty of goals. We watched the Leeds Man United game earlier. That was absolutely dreadful. That was 0-0. So hopefully different today in this final.
That's a great point for Leeds, though. That's a really, really good point for Leeds.
Yeah,
0-0, yeah.
0-0.
Yeah, it finished 0-0, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great point for him. Really good point for him. They've done spectacularly well this season. They really have. Leeds. They've done a lot higher than anybody expected, but so have other clubs, to be fair. But yeah, for their first season, very good.
He's done a great job, Bielsa. Full marks to him. So we're just about to get underway. It's great to see your fans in the stadium, just in the wide shots that Sky's showing. So Man City wearing their home kit and Spurs wearing their greenish away kit. Not the greatest colour I've ever seen, but it's an away kit nonetheless. They should wear your shirt, Dennis. Harchester United, for those who don't know it, Dream Team from Sky One back in the day.
Sounds good. But yeah, I remember they had one season they actually had the Dream Team like kit as their away kit, and I remember there was a Freddie Canute goal that they attributed to Ryan Naismith, and it was just Canute. Didn't even make any effort to disguise the fact it was Frederick Canute.
And here we go. We're underway. So as probably to be expected, City will dominate possession like the thing today. That's probably why Winks is playing, and maybe Lo Celso as well. Gareth Bale's on the bench, possibly for that reason as well.
Maybe. I mean, if you have, it depends what Harry Kane comes on. Not say what Gareth Bale comes on.
He scored last week, or
Scored
early
a
in the
penalty
week.
last week.
Huh?
He scored a penalty last week.
No, he scored a header.
Was it who scored the penalty for them then?
Son in the last minute.
Yeah.
Good option for Mason if it comes to it. And then you've got the likes of Lamella and Dele Alli as well, Bergwijn and Dombele as well. So Tottenham got a decent bench, but South City as well with Jesus, Aguero, Bernardo Silva, Torres. So plenty of options for both managers if it comes to it. And obviously we've got extra time and penalties if it really comes to it. I don't think it'll go that far, but you never know. But
you're right, mate. Anything's possible in the cup final. Absolutely anything.
Exactly. It's when you got Riyad Mahrez on the ball, like just now. He's Gundogan. It's been great for him this season, Gundogan.
Mm-hmm.
He's Cancelo. Goes out for a goal kick. The interesting, obviously, sponsored. It's a Carabao Cup, the League Cup. Have you guys actually had Carabao before?
I don't touch those stuff with a barge pole, mate. I can't stand energy drinks. They're awful.
Especially it's mainly the sugar content. It's mainly the sugar content in them for me, mate.
And the combination of caffeine together, it's a lethal combination. People have seriously been admitted into hospital because they don't actually realise what is in them. There's a guy that I used to work with used to drink one of the other ones, but he ended up in hospital due to heart palpitations. He used to drink 3 cans a day, man. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
People just think that it's Coke. It's just
it's not.
It's designed like I might have every once if I'm like, for example, I do a lot of, especially recently do a lot of canvassing and things like that. So I might have like a small sugar-free Red Bull when I really need an energy kick for about 45 minutes. Maybe, but like that's only if and when I'm shattered or if I'm hungover or whatever. I might have one, but no. Although Bill, you'll know what I'm talking about being Xbox Direct. Although I don't know, depending if we're in the same sort of era, work. Sports Direct, no fear energy drinks. They were.
Oh God, yeah.
It was times where like I had a manager that didn't understand how diabetes works, so he like it was brilliant. Like he once had a go at me. He goes, "Oh, you're taking the piss. You're having a break." When I was like my sugar level was like 2.4, and I had a chocolate bar. I needed to sit down. So then it was, but because I was like a 19, 20-year-old, didn't know how to explain stuff to managers.
Oh, what bad ball that was! My son is Sterling. Ore does really well in the end.
Long story short, I chugged one of those no fear drinks for sugar, and they were horrendous, but it's what I had to do. And it tastes like gone off cowpole is the only thing I can compare it to. It's so bad.
Oh yeah.
Bill, just out of interest, we've just come to 3 minutes on the clock now. What's on yours, just so we get a bit of context?
3:49.
Yeah, we're about 45 seconds behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. I don't know if you've seen it, lads. But that was a bad pass by Son. I don't know what he's trying to do there, Aurier.
I think we're about to see it because we got the long ball up by Lloris.
Yeah, you'll see it in a minute.
There we go.
No, Aurier, fair play to him. He's a bit erratic at times, but he did well. That was
pathetic. And of course, Sterling doing what he does best. Of course.
What, playing well?
Straight down, a little bit of contact, blam, straight on the floor.
Yeah, he did well there.
Stands his ground, gets literally 1 foot into the penalty box, and he's down. Stood his ground before that, and then just unreal. He's a very, very talented footballer, but like with most of them, man, they just need to stay on their feet. Stay on their feet because we need
this. Was it Soccer AM where it was Peter Crouch with the kids walker thing? Stay on your feet, son.
That reminds me of Ray Wilkins. God bless him. God bless his soul. When he was commentating, he used to say that a lot. Stay on your feet.
Yeah.
When he was working with Sky a few years ago.
Well, most commentators of the original era, should we say, used to say that a lot.
Yeah,
it's basic football, isn't it? It's basic football.
I think David Pleat said it a lot as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, David Pleat, he was an interesting commentator.
I tell you one thing, man. I miss Motti. I really miss Motti. Because he used to infuriate me with the amount of stats all the time, but
the two things that really infuriated me with Motson, mate. One was the fact when certain players got the ball for England, he'd act like they were about to score. Like, and here's Gerrard!
Yeah, I know.
And it's like Gerrard was like in his own half.
He was taking the corner.
And it was like, and here's Gerrard! It's like he does a sideways pass to like Gary Neville. Yeah. And then the other one was how he would try and over the top do the pronunciations of players that he thought were foreign. Not like I remember when we had Frank Nouble, he kept calling him Frankie Nouble. And it was like, that's not his name. That's not his name, mate. Nouble, Frank Nouble. And it's like, it's Frank Noble.
Well, to be honest with you, because it's Martin Tyler that's commentating, he's just as bad. He does that. He overpronounces names and
I think I've said it before. I've said it before. Sorry if your ears are bleeding, but it's when Tony Gale kept calling Kouyaté Kuyat.
Goes over a goal kick. Good play by Sterling. This time he did stay on his feet, but couldn't force a corner.
Maybe he's listening.
No, this has been played. This is being played out at Wembley Stadium, mate. All the fans.
But here's the question, because we were kind of joking about it yesterday. They've clearly got the FIFA sounds on again. It's like, come on, there's people there. We want to listen to it. There's no way that's 2,000 fans singing.
Yeah.
There's no way. I mean, you guys have probably got your tellies down, but
yeah, I've got on mute, so I don't know.
Yeah, but it's like I'm just listening, just about listening to it, and it's just like, come on, they're not singing that bad, that heavily.
It's Foden wins it from Alderweireld. So he's still got it. Patient build up at classic City. Fernandinho is Foden. Whips it across the box is Mahrez. 60 on his left is Walker. Back to Mahrez.
Just seen Sterling the keeper.
Sterling heads it wide.
It's a nice little interplay just before the 7th minute that seen the replay of Sterling passing it into Foden. Good play. Really get the ball in well.
Exactly, and in this move just now, same again. Play it from left to right, and then ends up with Mahrez. Good clip into the box, and Sterling he hits it wide.
So that's Spurs' weak side, isn't it? Their right hand flank, because that's where all their movement's coming from at the minute. So either that's all they're doing is charging down their left hand side.
Yeah, well, I think as much as Reguilon's a good fullback, I think he's better attacking wise than Aurier. So you don't know what you're going to get with him. He's so erratic, it's ridiculous. And then Alderweireld does well to challenge Sterling there, so to force the header wide. But yeah, City, as we've kind of all expected, they're absolutely dominating proceedings at the moment.
All over them, pretty much where I am. Again, a little bit behind where you are, Bill, but all over them.
Yeah. I think this is going to be They're going to be the case for the majority of the game.
Gary Neville just said this could be a cricket score if this keeps going.
Well, the way it's going, mate. Yeah. I
mean, it's beautiful touches from. I think that's Gundogan, I think, isn't it? That put it through to Sterling just before he clashed heads with Alderweireld. But when the ball came in from Foden a few seconds before that, great little touches from him. Then number 26.
I think it was Mahrez on the right, John, who clipped it in.
Sorry, you're right.
All getting plenty of touches. Ryan Mason's just telling his players to get forward, and they're so deep. Action areas just come up 1% in City's third. I didn't even think it was that much. Honestly.
It's probably 0.6 or something. So I had to round it up. Do the mathematics. If you want to 5, round it up to the whole number.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, when Spurs eventually get it forward, which they haven't in this opening coming up in 10 minutes, they've got to make the most of it. But with Diaz, he's had a great season. Obviously, Stones is suspended, but not bad replace him in Laporte. Do you know what I mean? So it's going to be very tough for Tottenham.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing, is just because literally just as we're seeing it again, all City seem to be doing is completely targeting Winks and Aurier, because all the move is down City's left hand side, and therefore great play. They've obviously noticed something straight off.
Oh, without a doubt. They're just panning to the City fans, and I'm loving one of the shirts that one of the City fans are wearing. I think it's from the that famous '99 playoff win against Gillingham. The luminous yellow shirt. One great kit. Great day.
Good kit, very good kit, yeah.
I prefer actually the was it the 93, 94, I think it was City kit that the Gallagher brothers used to wear because it was sponsored by Brother at the time. That was their early 90 kits.
We could say the Gallagher Bros. Bro,
I've just seen it now. The yellow and black. Yeah.
They're sponsored by Brother as well. Yeah, there we are.
Yeah, that era, the 90s, when they had some quality. I mean, every club had a quality kits over the years, but the early 90s City were very iconic for me because that's being an Oasis fan when I was at school was just that's all we saw them in photographs, was just when the brothers sponsored City shirts the whole time. Nice corner.
Nice. Tottenham are actually in City's half, but City have still got the ball. So that's the furthest they've got forward so far. Here's Laporte. He's out to here's Diaz. He's a great season, Diaz. Costs a lot of money, but
proving worth it, 100%.
Yeah, definitely.
Bill, just out of interest, how many people are watching this at the minute?
I think 3 at the moment.
Okay. I'm just saying because the comment section's barren at the minute, so it'd be nice to see what those 3 viewers are thinking at the minute.
Probably Tottenham fans stunned into what they're seeing so far. Still early days, but yeah, you fancy if the City score first, could be a long old road for Tottenham today.
Yeah.
This Sterling, De Bruyne. That's well cleared by Højbjerg, I think it was. He's going to have his work cut out today. Højbjerg in midfield.
Just seen Morris's attempt to play it into the Little Prince, shall we say? De Bruyne was a nice try, but just overhit it a little bit too hard.
The spin of De Bruyne is back to take this corner. And the body's up there, City as expected. Corner comes in. That's very poor by De Bruyne's high standards. Cleared at the near post. Comes in, though. Sterling. Oh, what a block! It might have been Dyer, I think it was. Still in play, though. Fernandinho tries to find Mahrez. Takes some Region.
I don't know how he's still playing for Spurs. Eric Dyer. I don't see how. But that's the way it goes, isn't it?
Exactly. You see that chance in a minute, lads. I'm not sure if it was either Dyer or Alderweireld, but a brilliant block from Sterling.
You're right. That was a poor corner.
Yeah.
that's a noble special. That is.
It comes just after that.
Yeah.
Is Mahrez.
Literally, as you said it. Yeah. Literally.
Sterling. Oh, I should have tried to control that. But yeah, it's just wave after wave.
Wave after wave.
Yeah, to answer the questions, Man City are in the attacking mode. I don't think Spurs have had a touch of the ball in City's half since Son gave it away early on.
Yeah, I'm just seeing the replay. It was Dyer, actually. That was definitely going in. Brilliant block.
Fair play to the boy.
He heard JP's comments and he took them personally.
It's clearly being broadcast somewhere else. Because we literally mentioned 2 times, and then within a minute or so of us talking about it, the players have completely gone 180 for what we were talking about.
Just tune in, Russ, Arsenal fan Russ. He's definitely cheering Man City today. I think that's for certain.
Mr. Banter.
Yeah. But no, City dominating it. I think that 1% in their City's third earlier, I think that's probably the same, I reckon. It might be going to 0%, I think, the way it's going at the moment. But no, City absolutely dominating that. Just to see how many shots they've had.
No, you're right, it was Eric Dyer. Yeah. I don't think he meant most of it, to be fair, because he was turning his body away and just flicked his leg at the dying second of it. But it's good instinct, though. I'll give him that.
No, he spread himself as much as you can. Obviously, you can't spread your arms, but...
Stretch Armstrong.
Armstrong. What a throwback that is.
I had one of them as a kid.
That is not a surprise at all.
Stretch dude Armstrong. Bro.
Just absolutely cleaned out Foden there. That's got to be a yellow, surely. Might have got away with that one.
Well, it depends. Did he get... Well, we'll see it in a few seconds, I suppose, but... Looks like, did he get a touch on the ball? So if he does, then that's probably why, but... Let's have a look. Well, yeah, no.
Christ almighty, just totally... I've just had it on my screen. He's just taking him out completely.
Yeah.
They've got a free kick anyway after that. Tottenham to have Man City road. De Bruyne fires it in. It's well cleared. Oh, first time Spurs have had a bit of possession is to Lo Celso. Oh, gets a foul. Whoa, lads! This 1% might go up to 2% now. City absolutely dominating as we predicted.
Well, it wasn't hard, to be fair, was it? I mean, City dominate all the time. They always dominate, and especially in finals, Spurs always sit back as much as they can.
Yeah, there's stats to come up. City 3 shots and they're 78% possession.
I think that's a bit generous on Spurs, to be fair. I think it's a bit more than it's well in the 80s from what I was looking at. But yeah, I suppose from certain points, but maybe over the last 30 seconds. But yeah.
Tottenham guy out the back is Højbjerg. He's had a decent season. He's Alderweireld. There's to the Celso. Oh, God, that's a bit short. City pressing from Tottenham can't get out at all. I've done well there, though. He's Region. Takes it over the halfway line. Going to get a nosebleed in a minute. Here's Kane. This is better from Tottenham. Here's Aurier. Bit of space on the right. Crosses it in. Back post. Oh, not bad cross that was. And they force a corner. So here we go.
Christ almighty, what is going on?
I know. The Tottenham fans are cheering as if they've scored a goal.
Let's pretend we scored a goal.
Yeah, we're just seeing possession at the back line at the minute, literally now. But yeah.
So the corner's about to come in. Someone's about to take it.
Yeah, just seeing the break now. Yeah.
Son takes it. That's well punched out by Stefan. But Tottenham still got the ball. Is Winks, I think it is.
I don't think they're cheering on that. I think they're just saying, hello, we haven't seen you down here yet.
That's a shot by Alderweireld of all people, goes harmlessly wide. So their first shot, Tottenham.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad attempt, to be fair. It wasn't bad.
Shoots it, easily goes wide. But for the first time, Tottenham have had a bit of the ball. A decent play though, good build up from the back, and then not a bad cross from Aurier. That's what he's capable of at times when he gets the ball.
It's a good deep cross, yeah, to win the corner.
It's a great punch from Stefan. Stefan even very great. Yeah,
yeah. I think he's done decently in the cups this season. He's clean sheets, but in the semi-final, a bit of inexperience showed there. But no, good from that corner.
That was so close from Alderweireld there. Literally, what, a yard? Yeah, a yard, a couple of yards from the the right-hand post.
Yeah, Stefan had easily. He would have had it if it was on target.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's a warning shot for City, though. It's a warning shot. I mean, it's actually probably going to be the only one of the game, to be fair. But it's a warning shot. Just to say, look, we're still capable. From a Spurs perspective, they're still capable of scoring.
Yeah, a bit of confidence that Tottenham will take from that.
Yeah. But yeah, it's Mourinho tactics at the moment, all 11 behind the ball.
It is at the moment, yeah. But, gives it away already there. What's he doing there? Here's Mahrez. So plenty of touches so far. Finds Gundogan. He's Sterling. That's a Gundogan. De Bruyne. Gundogan. Oh, they need to get a tackle in Tottenham. They do clear eventually. And then De Bruyne is fouled about 20, 25 yards out in an attacking area. Chance for to get a shot on goal, yeah.
Well, yeah, because I'm going to say, I don't think anyone's had a shot on... Well, I know Sterling with the block. I was going to say...
None technically on target, no.
Which is always the case. This is always the case the first 15, 20 minutes of any game. It's like a boxing sparring match at the minute, just trying to figure each other out, who's able to do what. But City are certainly knocking on the door a lot more than Spurs. So again, they're attacking down the left-hand side the whole way. And Spurs aren't really doing anything to stop it. That's the annoying thing from a football perspective, a relatively neutral perspective, shall we say? You'd think halfway through the first half they go, right, guys, come on, we need to push sort out the right side. But of course, if they do that, then the left hand side's getting exposed, isn't it? So
yeah, exactly, yeah. Free kicks come in. I think De Bruyne and looks like Mahrez are standing over it.
But it is good to see fans back there. As sporadic as it is, it's good to see them back.
Better than none at all.
Absolutely. Just wish they'd take that bloody fake sound off.
I've got on mute, luckily, so I don't have to worry about that. Is De Bruyne about to take the free kick? Oh, well, the Spurs will do well there. Do their job to block it. Count was on there for Tottenham if they could get it forward. Reggie on there. Let's go out for a throw. Yeah, halfway through the first half, and City have dominated the ball, but Spurs are still in there. So, 0-0 so far.
Well, the Celso looks like he's praying, sitting down behind that back wall.
He's praying it gets 0-0 at half time, I think. You see the Spurs fans in a minute all go like
all jumping like that. Please, no.
Hey, Jonathan. Thanks, mate.
Hi, John.
Yeah. I don't think you're the only one cheering on Man City today, mate. There's 3 West Ham fans on this video.
And he's a Geordie supporter as well, so yeah, right, that's even more weight.
And Russ is going to come on in a minute as well. There'll be another one cheering on City as well. Moura does brilliantly there to nick it from there.
Basically, we've decided that Spurs are horrendously unpopular with everyone who doesn't support Spurs.
I think we all do that anyway. I think every fan doesn't like Tottenham.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I was going to say, with that being said, I was thinking maybe United fans, but I can remember when United fans were cheering on City ahead of Liverpool for the title.
Well, it's a lesser of two evils for those two, isn't it? It's lesser of two evils.
It's like City have already won loads of titles, so fuck it, come on, City. So.
Do you know what? If Man City, Liverpool, blah blah blah, if all the Premier League teams had footballers that know how to play football in terms of how it was when we were growing up, the Premier League would be so much more fun. So much more fun. It really would. There'd be a lot more physical. I mean, I was watching Moyes' post-match interview yesterday.
Chance for City is De Bruyne. Great cross in. Oh, Alderweireld clears it. It's Foden. What a save! Great save from Lloris. Needs to do a few of those today. Spurs give it away, and then City, they pounce on you with those short counter-attacks. Dyer, not surprisingly, gives it away. And finds De Bruyne. That's a great clearance by Alderweireld, but straight to Foden. And I think it hits Lloris and it hits the post, I think. Replay's coming in. No, it comes off Alderweireld, sorry. That's a brilliant block. Comes off Alderweireld and hits the post. Goes out for a corner. A big chance for Foden, that was. I don't think he caught it properly. Yeah, big chance that one. Corner to come in, though. Whipped in. Great header by Kane, I think it was, back there.
You've seen it now, yeah. Oh, Jesus.
Oh. What a save.
Yeah. Considering how quickly it bounced off Alderweireld.
Oh, that's a foul, that one.
Alderweireld as well. That's
great block. Yeah, he's
literally like worry. 1, 2, 3, 3.5 seconds. Lloris has got to react to that after that block. Brilliant. Oh no,
it's not even Lloris. It's
it's not Lloris. You're seeing the replay. It's not Lloris at all. That's even more. That's even more impressive from him in that case because he's got 3 seconds and 2 blocks in 3 seconds, man. That's impressive.
That's really well. Reguilon's just been booked for a clear foul on De Bruyne, so he's got to watch himself for the rest of this game.
Oh, he's definitely got more fouls in him.
Who else? Because there's a City player that's just been booked as well, isn't there? Where is it?
Oh, that's pretty cynical and terrible.
Yeah, there's no surprise it's been carded for that one.
Yeah, so exactly when the second time we've done that.
Yeah.
Fair play to the ref for that one. Fair play.
Yeah, you got to give those. Don't care if it's a final or not. You got to give those
completely. Yeah, completely. I mean, but to be fair to the ref, he's let it be a proper final, hasn't he? But you can't get away from what Reguilon did there. But like for example, there's been loads of opportunities where the ref could have brought his card out or had a few words, but he just let it flow. It's good from that.
That's good to see. Yeah, so City build up pressure these last few minutes. But yeah, the only thing missing is testing the race.
Yep.
Which they haven't quite managed to do yet. But I imagine it's only a matter of time. Well, it's been going so far. His son now. Plays in Reguilon, has just been booked. That's why we're well defended by I think it's Walker back there. Chance of City though is De Bruyne. He's drifting out to the right these last few minutes. Foden. Gundogan's in space to run into. Cancelo's supporting him. He's Gundogan. He's going to take a shot, isn't he? No, finds Fernandinho. He takes a shot instead. Oh, goes wide. Not the man you want to be taking shots from 30 yards out.
It's good to see just a few moments ago, Guardiola talking to his second in command, and he's not happy with something. But yeah, it's good. It's good that he's not going to be happy until they score a goal. Basically, this is what I love about Guardiola. He doesn't do what Allardyce does. He just sit back and watch. He's animated until he feels comfortable.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Got another foul. Gundogan's just been booked. What do you guys make of thanks, Jonathan, for your question. Who do you want to come up through the playoffs from the Championship?
Ooh.
So at the moment, it looks like it's going to be out of Brentford. Oh no, I just looked. There's only 2 games left there. Yeah, so it's out of Brentford, Bournemouth, Swansea, or Barnsley.
Do you know what?
Barnsley out of those 4, definitely.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah, bring up Barnsley. It'd be great to have the manager on telly. Barnsley on telly.
It's because now I bring up Barnsley and they've got to sign a player called Gordon, so you can do like only one Jimmy Grimble. Give it Gordon. Give it to bloody Gordon. Give it Gordon. Just give it bloody Gordon.
Yeah. Do you guys remember when we played Barnsley in January in the Championship?
I I remember
That
it.
night.
Was it a shocking game? Noble 1-0 penalty.
If I remember
it was
right,
absolutely woeful game.
yeah. It was.
And then we smashed them at Oakfield.
Yeah.
4-0 later on in the season. Oh,
Oakfield?
Sterling puts it. Was it where is it? Oakwell.
I think they should call it. They should change it Oakfield just for that. I think.
When me and my sister were growing up, we watched the BBC version of Lion the Witch and the Wardrobe, and the you can't even call it what it's called now because the term's offensive. But the little person, shall we say, was a Yorkshireman, and it just used to send us in hysterics. You got the henchman of the Queen was like, always, this is Aslan's work, lad. You know, it was all that, and we used to set us in hysterics. And so because Dad used to do a great impression of the little kid, and when that game came on, which is a few days after the first anniversary of Dad dying, even my sister went, "I see you're playing Barnsley. You're playing Barnsley." You know, it's something that will forever be in my head. So it'd be great to have Barnsley in the Premier League for me. Just for the shits and giggles more than anything else. A team that will very likely go back down this next season.
What I'm laughing at is Diaz gets booked for the tackle on Kane, and I'm about to have the slow motion. Yeah, he wins the ball. He wins the ball. He's picked up a booking.
But it's Kane going down, holding his leg, going attention, please.
Not as good as that, JP.
Well, that's a lot deeper than what he would have done, that's for sure. Because he screams like a little girl when he goes down, does Kane?
It's like acting lessons that Dennis has.
I think he's had a few more than Den, I think, somehow, but
I'll just come up with the manager head to head. Pep Guardiola, 694 games. Ryan Mason, 2.
John, you're absolutely right, mate. That's the name of the character. Thank you. Trumpkin the Dwarf. Yeah, that was the one. I can never remember what it was, but yeah. He still watches it. See, John's he's not that much older than me, so he remembers it well.
But no, it's interesting how the Championship's worked out this season. That obviously Norwich and Watford got relegated, but they've bounced straight back up. You don't always see that. Where two sides who get relegated. It could be 3 with obviously with Bournemouth as well if they win the playoffs. Yeah. So interesting to see how those playoffs get on. Obviously Brentford been close last few seasons, and obviously Swansea got relegated not too long ago. It's been a while since Barnsley have been in the Prem, so
because the playoffs will start straight away, won't it? It'd be next weekend. It will start off, won't it? I
think they've still got two league games.
There's two games left, and then it goes straight into the playoffs. Yeah.
But, hopefully, I'm sure they'll have fans at those games as well. Because obviously they've been played at Wembley, didn't they? So the finals anyway. So it'll be good to watch.
I mean, I'm not a big fan of Tierney. I mean, he's called Tierney for a reason, as far as I'm concerned, for a lot of things. But he's done well so far in this first half. He's not put a foot wrong.
Who? What, the ref?
Yeah.
He's not sent anyone off for kicking a football.
not yet, Dennis. Anyway. There's Laporte finds Fernandinho. What a player Fernandinho has been over the year, lads, I've got to say.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant player. Brilliant player.
Is Cancelo, Foden. Celso's back at right back. That's how deep he is. I think he's back near the Tottenham fans. That's how deep he was.
He's down the White Hart pub, I think, isn't he?
Jesus, then that game wasn't that boring, mate.
It is. It is when you're not getting excited over anything because Bill hasn't said anything exciting is happening. So
and I've been fucking talking about the Chronicles of Narnia for Christ's sake, you know.
Here's Mahrez.
Start talking about
one shoot, just wide. Oof. Great effort. Cuts inside on his left. Regon can't make a challenge because he's been booked. He shoots just wide. Unless it's one of them where it looks wide, but on the replay it's nowhere near, which I'll see in a minute. cuts the side on his favoured left foot, tries to bend it in the far corner. Goes close on the first instance. Just seeing the replay. That is inches away from hitting the post. So great effort by Mahrez there.
Here we go. Yeah, there's the build up to it by the looks of it. Oh, great ball over to him. Beautiful.
Yeah,
Good
great
build up play again, must say, not for the first time.
There we go. So Mahrez. Yeah.
Not impressed, John?
Well, just looking at the replay to get a better angle of it now.
Yeah, I was having it, and I'm not joking. It was so close.
Yeah. It's actually curling. It swerves just a tiny little bit, which is probably why. But let's have a look. Yeah, just a little. Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Sometimes when you see it live, you think, "Oh, that's close," but in reality, it's like 2 yards wide. But that one was.
That's what
so close. Yeah.
half a foot, if that, 7 inches.
Exactly. Yeah, but that's the thing. I think wouldn't be surprised if they target Reguilon now. Obviously, he's been yellow carded and he can't really make any challenges. So. Just like
they were acting as if the Spurs' right-hand side was where they were going to attack them, and now they're attacking them down the left. So,
well, I think they'll probably attack both because, as I said, Reguilon, and yes, he's been but defensively, I don't think
showing the average positions, and City, no only people on the halfway line.
Goes close again.
All of their entire half.
Yeah, as Dan was just saying there, mate. You're absolutely right there, mate. Where are we looking at? It's Son is about the closest that of getting into the City half, and that's just he's on the byline, he's on the halfway line, I should say, halfway line. But yeah, I mean,
having a growing influence. You see the shot in a minute, lads. Mahrez is getting more and more into this game. Just got to keep giving the ball to him, Man City.
Because there's so many because as I say, because the City's attack is down Spurs' right-hand side, they're all coming over this way, which is what's giving Mahrez all the space that he needs to do stuff like that. And bloody hell!
Yeah, that was close, that one. Tottenham got the ball in their City's third for the first time in a while. Here's Aurier on the right. Gets a throw in. I need to try and stay in City's half. Easier said than done, of course, but.
Just with Mahrez's other attempt just beforehand, Clive Tilsley said that's his party, that's Mahrez's party peach, and he's right. That's what he's known for. So to have two shots like that in 2 minutes, a minute and a half, 2 minutes, Mahrez is going to be absolutely kicking himself. Oh, here we go. Hang on, what's going on here? Spurs with an attack.
Yeah,
hang on, this ain't right.
And they're all getting nosebleeds as we speak. But it's his son, though. Got more in space if he can find him. Here's Aurier. Kane's back post if they can find him. His son. Is that going to be a corner? Oh, it's another corner, lads. For the first time, probably about 10 minutes.
It's not far off, mate. It's not far off, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. This would be like a peak FIFA Ultimate Team match if one team dominates and the other team just scores an absolute shit house. So, a lead.
I wonder what the odds would have been for this to be 0-0 at half time.
Pretty slim, I'd say. But still, 6 minutes to go past stoppage time. Is Lo Celso about to take the corner? Tottenham fans trying to suck the ball in. Is Lo Celso corner comes in? Oh, it's not the greatest corner.
Just seen Son's clunk for the corner. I mean, that's you hear it practically instantaneously how loud that was on the microphone. It's like clunk.
That was a poor corner. Didn't lead to anything in the end. City back on the ball now is Fernandinho on the halfway line. Is Cancelo on the left?
I think I'm going to mute this in a minute. Tilsdale's Clive Tilsley's setting so much shit.
Oh, what's the ball over the top by De Bruyne? Sterling just can't get on the end of it. But fabulous ball, gets a clap and appreciation, and rightly so. Gets the ball, absolutely no one near him. And he clips it over the top of Dyer, I think it was, and then Sterling. Oh, that's tough. Just can't quite get a touch. I think Dyer does well in the end just to get, just puts him off. He's trying to get the header in, and I think Sterling and didn't quite anticipate it. But great ball by De Bruyne. Yeah, now from the Spurs point of view, they've got 5 minutes or so to hold out to half time. There we go. Attempts 9 to Man City and the 1 for Spurs.
Sterling, you could have had that. Oh, if he's half a second quicker, I mean, he might have been offside if he did go a little bit earlier than he currently did. Where is he? Oh no, he would have been onside. Would have been onside.
Great ball over the top of De Bruyne, wasn't
it? It's inch perfect for him. He's just half a second late.
I just wondered whether he was put off because Dyer was out of position and does actually well to get back in and goes up for the header, but misses it. Maybe Sterling was maybe didn't quite track the ball or fall.
But also at the same point with his velocity, I reckon that would have gone over the bar if he'd have hit it first touch. Because how he's running in and when the ball's coming, that could have easily gone over. So maybe it was a good idea he didn't try it. But
no, he's close to the goal line as well, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I think Lloris might have gobbled it up anyway.
Yeah. I think that's out, that, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, no one out. Yeah. Hasn't led to anything though.
It's not Spurs, mate. They have been dreadful this game. I mean, as dominant as City have been, they've been dreadful.
Yeah, they did badly need to change something at half time, whether it's a formation change or whatever it is. That's better.
I mean, it's all well and good having setting your formation up in the same way, but if you're playing against a 4-3-3, set up in a 4-5-1, man, exploit the spaces.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, might be a case of just take Lo Celso off and put on like Sissoko or someone, or Ndombele, get someone else in the middle of the park. The City are just absolutely dominating the midfield as they do against most sides, to be fair, but even more so today, I'd say.
Yeah, and as I was just thinking, at the start of this, I said that the majority of the battle's going to be midfield, but it hasn't been, man. Most of it's been down the flanks.
Yeah, but Tottenham haven't been able to get the ball in midfield, have they?
No, that's the thing.
But had no, Winks has barely touched it. Højbjerg's barely touched it. Lo Celso has mainly touched it in his own third.
Yeah.
So they're just Fernandinho, Gundogan getting plenty of touches. De Bruyne getting forward, more forward.
Spurs' only real hope is knocking it long for Son to run onto, really, and it's not working.
No. Yeah, and more on the other side as well, and it's just not working at all.
Well, they just tried it again then, and Walker just gobbled it up because he could match him for pace. So,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, what an option, as Jonathan says. Bring on Aguero for the second half. Great option to have. This is his last cup final. Carabao Cup final anyway for Man City.
Well, domestic cup final. He won't be getting the FA Cup final.
Oh yeah, they were knocked out, weren't they?
I mean, it's a shame he's going to be leaving on a free from a City point of view, but at the same time, he's deserved it. He's been an absolutely brilliant servant for him. I can't think of anybody when somebody mentions Man City, I can't think of anybody that you'd think of other than Sergio Aguero straight away. Obviously Kevin De Bruyne over the last 2 or 3 seasons, but looking at the longevity since they came up from the Championship, you're thinking of those guys. I mean, obviously, we all think of Zabaleta first and foremost, but when you say talking to football fans again about City, most of them will say about Aguero straight away.
Yeah, I can't remember I have to read the statement at half time, but you might know, lads. Did they say they're going to build a statue of Aguero?
I don't know. I haven't seen anything.
I have to read because I'm sure they said something along those lines in the statement. saying that he's leaving on the free. I'm sure they said something, or they're naming something after him.
Yeah, they are. They're going to have a statue.
Is it a statue? Yeah.
Fair play. And fair enough, man. As I say, he's been
deserves it, 100%. Yeah,
the talisman for him.
Well, I mean, he's the last of that sort of from that era. Obviously, you had Joe Hart, who's left, so Vincent Company, Yaya Toure, and Aguero. So from that era,
from that, Fernandinho is the only one really from their second title win as well.
Oh, it's the post. Oh, it's Cancelo. Good effort. I think I don't know if Luis got a touch onto it first. Just seeing it again. Mahrez cuts it from the right as usual. Finds Cancelo on the inside left. Curls a shot. I mean, seeing it again. Good effort. No pressure on the ball though. Yeah, hits the post. Yeah. So not for the first time. City have gone close again. Right, Ross, mate.
Hello, chaps. Sorry, I'm late. I was just about to come on, and then someone in my household asked me to take them somewhere. I was like, oh, okay.
That's all right.
Nice to meet you, mate. You all right?
Hi, John. Nice to meet you too, mate. Yeah, not too bad, thank you.
And there we are.
Anything happens? Obviously not, but I'm the halftime entertainment, unless you didn't know.
we got the halftime DJ. Well, City have been absolutely dominant as we all expected, but Tottenham have held down, managed to shit house a 0-0 at half time.
Mourinho would be proud.
Thoughts, John, overall that first half?
It's just City doing their best, is doing nothing but doing everything but score. That's the thing. I mean, it's and quite rightly so. The cameras we're focusing on Foden and Sterling and Mahrez straight away because they've been the three of the most pivotal players for City, just not being able to complete anything. But at the same point, like you said, Spurs have held their own, and as much as I don't like to praise them, it's they've done what they need to do at half time.
Yeah, some of the blocks in particular have been outstanding. Alderweireld in particular, Luis, I think he must have got a touch onto that.
Yeah,
like Cancelo. So they're holding third, but they're very, very venturing forward. And if that carries on for the second half, City are going to win this pretty comfortably. Thoughts then, this overall?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a standard. There's a lot of build up. Spurs are just playing on the defense and low block, trying to slow down City and nullify them a little bit. When you got Son and Kane in your attack, you're always going to pose a goal threat, but it's quite clear that Kane is not 100% fit, but demanding to play, which is what he did in the Champions League final beforehand.
Look at that.
Yeah, they barely had a touch. Their midfielders barely touched it, let alone in their own half. So, don't really know what to say other than it's been a drab game, and it's just a matter of when, not if, City score.
Yeah, exactly. Just go back to what Jonathan says in the comments. Yaya Toure was in China last time I saw.
Yeah.
He's a free agent at the moment.
Didn't he rock up in Greece at one point as well?
I think he did at one point. Yeah, he did at one point, but I think he was on trial at Leyton Orient at one stage as well.
Well, I know he was definitely training with them, wasn't he? He was definitely training with those guys.
There was always that fear that we were going to sign him under Pellegrini, that he was going to bring him in.
I mean, that was just lazy journalism. Just saying, it was a Man City player that used to be under Pellegrini. He's free. West Ham are interested.
Yeah, he played 2 games for Olympiacos, and he's been playing for Qingdao Hangzhou for the last 2 seasons. And he's still there. He's only played 14 games in 2 years.
Yeah, I think I've
sums up China pretty well. That does.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, yes, as we sort of expected, lads, that first half City were absolutely dominant. Mahrez went close a couple of times. Foden had an effort from 6 yards out, was well blocked by Alderweireld, and Sterling had one that was well blocked by Dyer. So fair play to Tottenham putting their bodies on the line, but they're just in terms of from an attacking threat, they've been absolutely toothless, apart from a couple of corners, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, and even then, the delivery on the corners have not been good. both for City and
No.
Spurs.
Yeah, just so you know, all the Gooners are coming in now. So
Yeah, cheers, lads. Even more fans. Is that one Man City to win? Thanks for tuning in, lads.
I don't think anybody outside the city of Manchester want anyone else to win, to be fair,
Yeah.
other than City.
Well, we were saying, Russ, earlier that I think the only fans that actually like Tottenham are actually Tottenham fans themselves. No one else.
pretty much,
likes
yeah.
them.
There's not a lot of love for them in London, is there? Chelsea, yourselves, Arsenal, obviously. Yeah, they're pretty dislikable
Chelsea as
team.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much everyone.
But to be fair to them, give them the credit for what they were doing over the last few days. For because they could have just sat back and gone, yeah, actually, yeah, we're all in support of it. But no, a lot of them did come out and blast it like the rest of us. So
Yeah, just see the numbers of those who attended the protest, the amount of Tottenham fans, and then compare it to the Arsenal fans.
Oh, yeah, and the Chelsea fans as well, for that matter, and everyone else. I'm just saying, at least they bothered doing something.
Yeah,
But it's how deluded Spurs fans are, though, isn't it? It's just in collective as a collective, it just shows you how deluded Spurs supporters are.
Does anyone remember that really, really tragic music video some Spurs channel did, which was their cover of what? No, it was the cover of like All Rise by Blue.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like Ledley. It was like Ledley King, and it was like Ledley's knee will survive or something like that. It was like the worst thing I've ever seen. It's been deleted, but it was all over Twitter. Like it was 2013-14 when they sold Bale, signed all those players, and they thought, right, that's it. We've got the team to challenge now. We're going to challenge for the title this year, and they finished. I'm pretty certain they finished below us that season. But it was like Ledley's knee will survive. One club, one club. It was that. And we need to find it.
I just remember those fuckwits standing in a field going, "You got caned! You got caned!" You remember? You guys remember that? Surely you must remember that.
Rings a bell, yeah.
Just when grime was starting getting popular, and it was all standing around. That sort of thing. It was just like a grime version.
I don't remember it, but I can see Spurs fans doing it.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past them. Yeah, definitely.
I wouldn't put anything past Spurs fans.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Yeah, well, they can't, even Spurs fans can't twist it and say they were the better side in that first half. It was one of the most one-way first halves, especially in a final, I've ever seen.
Because the average positions for the first half has just come up, and the only player outside their own pit was Son, and even he was hugging in the centre circle.
He was hugging the centre circle. Yeah,
and that was just for the kickoff.
It does look like Man City have had the better chances.
That was when he gave the ball away.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, good shout, mate. Probably was actually. Yeah.
But you're absolutely right, Russ. Mahrez, if he had his shooting boots on, he could have had 2 out of that. He genuinely could have done.
Who at the post? Foden, was it?
Yeah, they're just showing the chances. That's a brilliant block by Alderweireld.
Oh, yeah. That could have gone anywhere, though.
Peak Alderweireld. He's rolled back the years for this one game. Cheers, mate. Showed out protest down in North London, and I've seen that video as well. I cringe whenever I see it on social media. Good point, yeah. I think we all fucking did.
For Richard, the score's 0-0, by the way.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Scroll across the bottom for those who don't know the score.
It's
don't know if he's still there. He probably is.
Like, on the subject of cringe, we've got Jamie Redknapp trying to analyse Spurs, and he's trying to make it like, oh no, this is really good.
He's not biased at all, is he?
Honestly, I say he's just not a good pundit. I'm sorry, he's just not a good pundit.
He never has been, man.
He's a funny bloke. He's a nice bloke, but he's not a good pundit. He just states the obvious and twists facts. He goes, "Oh yeah, Spurs," or he's always up Frank Lampard's backside as well, which is ridiculous.
They would be, man. They're cousins, so they're bound to be doing that.
Like Michael Dawson's there, giving him a rollicking defensively. Yeah. So there's a Spurs pundit that isn't deluded.
But Jamie Redknapp has always been the same the last 10, 15 years. It will just say exactly the same thing that someone else says, except he'll change a couple of words here and there, and that's it. He just repeats what he hears. He's a fucking parrot. He's a funny bloke. He's a funny bloke, and but he's getting like what 70, 80 grand a year for for saying what someone else
And-
sitting
and-
5 feet away
and
from
the
him
rest,
saying?
and the rest, mate.
That's what I'm saying. It's just, do you know what I mean? It's just,
Yeah,
it's
he
ridiculous.
needs to stick to a league of your own. He's good on
A
that.
league of your own, yeah.
Yeah, he's good at that. He's good at that.
Flint off.
Yeah, the best one. The best one is the how many numbers in the wall the goalkeeper wants. As you can see, he wants 4 on the wall. Do you remember that from a few years ago?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
So it reminds me. There's a bit where I think it was I can't remember. It was one impression show. They did an
Welcome,
impression of
Brandon.
Sky Sports.
Brandon.
It's
He's a Cardiff fan, by the way, so don't listen
Oh,
to
okay.
anything he says.
all right. It's not a
Cheers,
problem.
mate. What do you about Mick McCarthy? Done a great job, I think.
So when I think of Mick McCarthy, I think of Special on TV when they have Mick McCarthy calling in as the Wolves fan, as a Wolves manager, if you remember. It was.
Yeah.
As if Premier League management weren't hard enough. Now there's a flipping thing. I mean, you got the lads of San and Yakubu.
Mick McCarthy goes 2 of the best clips I've ever seen. One is the look where he's just
Yeah.
looks like that, and then the other one's where he's scared of nothing. It's like like that. But underrated manager, Mick McCarthy. Ridiculous how underrated he is.
You see, that's the thing. That's what we were saying earlier about, but why it'd be such good fun to have Barnsley in the Premier League next season, because the accents will be hysterical. We're like, we come up, and it's been a good game. Right, come on, Ross, it's not that bad. My impersonation's not that bad, but it's just we just have something different. Maybe even if Brentford come up, it'd be nice to have a bit of a change.
Yeah, something a bit different. Yeah, no, totally.
I'm used to the Barnsley sort of Sheffield accent because one of the job I had, our head office was in Sheffield, but they have people from Barnsley working there, and there was one girl from the accounts that would phone up, and she had such a distinctive voice. She didn't have to say her name. She was just going, "It's me." It's me. Just calling you about the. Obviously, it's a lot more high pitched than that. But it was like she would just go, "It's me."
Oh, classic.
I won't name her. I don't think she'd ever watch this, but I won't name her. But yeah, it's quite funny.
Cheers, Brandon. Mick McCarthy got some relegation scrap. Don't give youngsters a chance in worthless games. That's frustrating. Yeah, totally.
I can imagine. Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah. Not surprised.
You got you out of relegation scrap, and you were near enough edging the playoffs at one point. I think you trailed off a little bit now.
Did you while we're talking about it, did you guys see Hull City's tweet last night?
Yeah,
I did. Yeah, absolutely.
I love that.
Fantastic.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I sent it on to a mate of mine. He went, "I don't get it," and then about 5 minutes later, he said, "Yeah, I get it now."
Yeah. Leeds' admin deserves a bit of praise as well over the past week.
That was funny. That was funny.
They've done well. So everyone's jumped on this Super League. Sort of bandwagon.
I saw Karen Brady was speaking. Said there's no way to treat fans. I think I put a tweet up, which I'm disappointed didn't get that much traction. I was like, this is like Hannibal Lecter giving a TED talk on how to be vegan. I was about 4 beers in at this point. This is when I was watching Watford on the big screen.
That's brilliant. I love that. That is so funny.
That's so good.
So good.
Hey, just do it. Just tweet it again.
Yeah, exactly.
Do it again.
I'll dig it up and retweet it and just see if he gets it. Yeah.
I'll share it as well.
I'm not sure if you guys saw it yesterday, but Hull City said that they can confirm they have formally begun proceeding to withdraw from Sky Bet League One.
Yeah, just as you came back, mate, is what we were talking about.
Oh, sorry. My Virgin box was having a attack, and it was.
That's right. I was saying as well, Russ.
Flashing on and off.
I was saying that Leeds' admin deserves a pay rise after some of their tweets this week. It's been absolutely splendid. Absolute quality.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's going to be a running joke forever now, that European Super League.
Yeah.
Well, it's a joke concept, and they expect every bit of discipline or fines or.
But the stupid thing is, guys, this isn't going to go away. This is not going to go away unless things change in the Champions League about how especially bearing in mind, obviously, the changes that are coming in a couple of seasons. It's 2 or 3 seasons. It's not going away. We will see this again. I guarantee we will see this again. Not in the same guise as the ridiculousness of how it was, but we will see it again.
Well, I said to Bill the other day, it's with the American owners, they want the franchise model, don't they? They don't want relegation and all sort of stuff like that. So as long as those owners are still there, this idea will just be on the back burner. But the only reason they've done it now is because there's no fans in the stadium to actually go against it, was it? So they thought, oh yeah, we'll be able to put it in the back door, do it this way.
And using COVID as a reason to bring it forward is just unbelievable. 4 or 5 times in the statement? Just
it's like when our owners blame COVID for their transfer woes. It's like, well, what other club are making that excuse outside of the Championship?
Yeah, exactly.
And also, I got it wrong. I didn't mention I didn't mention TED Talk, but I put it in the private chat for you to see. So,
but as well, that genuine football clubs are actually genuinely going out of business due to COVID, and it's just sorry, we can't spend 150 million this season in the summer transfer window. Sorry about that.
You don't understand, Russ. Man United need to sign Jadon Sancho, and they need 200 million. So don't sorry, Margate FC and Croxley Guild. We know you've gone out of business, but
Bolton
I think Pete Doherty actually helped save Margate, thankfully, but Margate were close to going out of business. But again, check. I think I've told you before, the Libertine Margate kits are pretty special. They're expensive, but they're something special.
All right, here we go, lads. Second half's underway.
Just going to go grab a drink quick. Non-alcoholic, of course.
Did Dennis stop drinking yesterday afternoon, or did he wake up with a hangover? Or...
We asked him. He was absolutely golden. He was fine.
Well, apparently he went to sleep about 9:30, 10:15. So,
God, he was well on the way during the match. He was just like, he was getting a bit overexcited.
Well, Russ, did you see the post-match reaction that we did?
No, I didn't.
Watch it, man. It's hysterical. It's about 40 minutes, and we spent about 15 talking about the game.
Most of that 15 minutes, it was Dennis just rambling the same parasites every other word.
That thing is, though, that you should be able to get that overturned, surely.
Yeah, I mean, literally every single person in football, current and former players, including the idiots on Match of the Day last night, were saying this is just an absolute ridiculousness.
You're sent off for kicking the ball, in theory.
Yeah.
There shouldn't be anyone left on the pitch now.
Yeah, this game should be abandoned.
Red card
for 30 seconds. Everybody's touched the ball. Sorry about that.
Red card.
Oh, that's a good save, isn't it?
And the saves count as red cards.
Yeah, he touched it. It's
outside the area. Yeah,
that's a good save by Stefan there. That was good.
Just for clarity, Russ, you and Bill are watching this through Sky, and Dennis and I are watching it through Now TV. So we're like Stockley Park at certain stages. We get to see things back a little bit later than you guys.
Yeah, so we're going to have that save now. We're going to have the save now. Yeah,
top save. That was going right in the corner. So Lacelso, good effort, and Stefan with a really good save.
I gave Dennis a link yesterday to stop buying Now TV. Come on, you get a better stream online. At least you'll only be 15 seconds behind.
Is Foden space over on the right? If he can find the De Bruyne, is Mahrez. De Bruyne is free on the right.
Come on, De Bruyne.
Great.
The one thing I would say.
What happened there? Whoa. Yeah. What happened there?
That Lacelso. God, what a couple of minutes he's having.
Well, obviously the Spurs managers listened to us and what we were saying, because it's a completely different Spurs side, completely different.
Yeah, the Celso does well. And
he's gone to kick the ball. He's kicked Lo Celso
off
by accident, and he's given Spurs a free kick, I assume.
That was similar to
Wait, watch your language, sunshine. There's kids watching.
Similar to Balboni yesterday.
Yeah, it's honestly you could see what he's saying. He's kind of going.
Yeah, don't need any lip readers for that.
I mean, De Bruyne is going, "What are you doing?" Because it's an overreaction, as it always is, which is what I was going on about earlier about how football, how more entertaining football would be if it was like how football was when we were growing up. You know, I don't think we'd ever get any penalties seen in a game if players were playing how they were 30, 40 years ago. We wouldn't see it, because it wouldn't be all this rolling about and all this all that bollocks. Just people just getting straight back up and doing it.
100%, mate.
Vinnie Jones.
Yeah. It still makes me laugh that Vinnie Jones is still 30 odd years later. I think, 30 years later, he's still the fastest man ever to be booked. I mean, no one's going to beat that record. Nobody can beat that record.
I thought he had the fastest red card as well. Yeah.
He was sent straight off because he started running before the whistle went or something, wasn't it? I remember correctly.
Something like that, yeah.
But I know he's from Watford, and my mum's friend lived opposite, I believe, either his mother's or his grandmother's. And funny enough, that house never got any problems. Funny enough. And like he would just walk, or he would just leave it. He'd turn up in like a flash car and just leave it unlocked.
That's an underrated film, Mean Machine.
I watched that the other night. That has not aged well at all. I saw that at the cinema, I think, because I was watching, because before I put that on, I watched Longest Yard, the Adam Sandler.
Yeah. That would not happen these days. There would be so much online backlash to the several of the jokes made in that film, specifically towards the great Carly. Or whatever his real name is.
It's like all the wrestlers were in it, weren't they? I thought it was
Goldberg
brilliant.
And Kevin Nash were in it.
The Stone Cold and
Stone Cold Steve Austin's in it as well. Yeah, because I think Kevin Nash they replaced Kevin Nash's steroids
hormones,
with female hormones.
Yeah,
so he starts getting really emotional. Like again, that wouldn't be allowed now. But yeah, Mean Machine. Some of those jokes wouldn't.
I was just going to say, well, what's your Longest Yard? And obviously, because they're the same story, aren't they? They're basically the same film.
Well, Mean Machine is based off the original Longest Yard.
Yeah.
Which was Burt Russell, who's in the new one as well. Oh, Burt Reynolds, sorry. Kurt Russell? Burt Russell. Yeah.
That's a scary image, that is, man.
Yeah. The love child of them two.
But yeah, man.
But yeah, I watched Mean Machine and I was just like, oh my days. Because it got Danny Dyer in it and all that. I was like, oh jeez.
Billy the Limpet.
Yeah.
Faz Black. It's basically all the people out of Lock Stock, isn't it? And gangster film.
What's his name? It's Saul out of Lock Stock's in it. As Trojan.
The best line, and it's so underrated.
Jason Statham, yeah.
We all had trials, mate. That's why we're all here.
Oh no, what was it? It was Ahmed Jalil's character as well was brilliant in it.
Ahmed Jalil, yeah.
Trying to piss me off. Look, he died. Look.
It was Jason. Is it the monk?
He was the monk, the goalkeeper, yeah.
Because that's just before he got really big. Like, because
obviously
he'd done Lock, Stock, he'd done Snatch.
Yeah.
And he was.
I think he just did it as a favour, didn't he, to Matthew Vaughn and all the people who made it? But yeah, because he wasn't in it very. He wasn't in it very long, was he? He was just basically in it just for the game, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was in it for the game and the training, and that's it. And then he did the remake of the Italian Job, and then he did all the Transport films just after that. And he was
Transport is a good film. I like that.
We're going. Oh god, about the remake of the Italian Job. Like,
that was awful.
The biggest crime in that film. The biggest crime in that film is calling Charlie Crooker Charlie Croker.
Yeah,
that is the biggest crime in that film. Forget the bastardization of the plot. Forget the fact the minis are not minis.
Is the Mark Wahlberg in that one?
Yeah, Mark Wahlberg plays Charlie Croker instead of Charlie Croker.
I think I saw that a long time ago.
It's not bad actually. I quite obviously.
But it's not in Italy, was it? It was.
It was.
Was it?
No. It starts off in Italy, and then the whole set pieces is in.
Yeah,
LA,
what I'd say is it's a very interesting, it's a very clever concept for a heist film. But just don't have it rip off the Italian Job. Don't mess with
the original Italian Job is fantastic, isn't it? It's absolutely amazing film.
Here's Mahrez. Cuts inside. Mahrez.
Come on, in you go. Get it.
Not for the first time out of there, gets a block in. What a game he's having.
How many fans are actually at the stadium then?
It's I think there's 8,000 people. 2,000 for each club, and then there's like NHS workers and Brent residents.
At least there's light at the end of the tunnel now, lads. At least,
Oh, definitely.
you know. I know, because are all you guys season ticket holders, or is it just?
No, I refuse to give David Sullivan my money.
Me and John, yeah.
Not that I was, on the waiting list, but as a general principle, I've vowed not to give those parasites my money.
You could be in the Champions League next season, though.
I'm still not giving David Sullivan my money. I'm still not giving David Sullivan my money.
See, this is the issue, because Bill knows this, because we were talking about at the start of this season. I said that I wasn't going to renew my season ticket unless an absolute miracle happens, and it has to a degree. Because we're this is the first time since like the mid to late 90s where we can be comfortable we're not in a relegation scrap. But at the same point, I thought to myself, well, if I don't renew my season ticket, someone else is going to have it, so I might as well just keep it. Do you know what I mean? It's
How much does the season ticket cost there, guys?
$6.50, I think, wasn't it?
You see, Arsenal's is at least double that.
Yeah, at least. Mine, because I'm in band 5, I'm behind the goal. I think mine's about $3.20.
Really? Yeah, the cheapest one at Arsenal's about 1,200 quid, I think.
That's ridiculous. I mean, the cheapest for an adult is like, I think there's a ton, if I remember correctly, and then it goes up to 700-800 quid, something like that. But yeah, I'm in band 3 or 4, whatever it is, and it's $6.50, I think, give or take. So
you don't mind paying that, though, do you? Really? Arsenal's still got a 12-year waiting list. More than that, I was like,
Russ, are you an Arsenal season ticket holder? Are you? Or?
No. But, I can get a ticket because I got a friend of mine who lives in Australia, and he's kept his season ticket on. He's lived out there for about 8 years, but he's kept it on. So if I ever need a ticket, I could just use his. He puts them on the ticket exchange, but if I ask him, I can have it. But
because one of the things is with Chelsea, and it might be with Arsenal, I'm not 100% sure, but I know certainly with Chelsea, their season ticket holders get the cup games automatically built in with their season tickets, whereas we have to buy them. So it's kind of 2 free, isn't it? Really?
Yeah. Well, I think you get. I can't remember if it's 6 cup games included, something like that. But yeah, if we get to a final or something, it's just a ballot basically.
Yeah.
But then you also get, because if you go to the away matches in Europe and stuff, obviously you get prioritised.
So. Oh, it does. Luis does well.
But yeah, it's just too much for me. I really couldn't afford a season ticket.
What do you make of what Josh Concrete said the other day, Russ?
Did he say anything? Oh no, sorry, that's Stan who never says anything.
Yeah, silent Stan. Yeah.
I just take all their stuff with a pinch of salt. I just want them out. I just get rid of them. They've really just sort of showed themselves for what they are, and that is just money. They don't care about the club at all. They just want that, just to cream off the profits every season. They take their chunk of wedge, don't put anything back in, and I just want them gone.
Quite a lot of owners are pretty much in that boat. There's not many. Not everyone can have Leicester's owners, sadly.
No, you're right. And obviously, like Abramovich at Chelsea, and the Mansour at Man City. I mean, obviously they've got so much money they don't care, and they can do it wherever they want. But the Cronkies just run it as business, and they don't even know what colour shirts we wear. So they don't really give 2 hoots about Arsenal. But I'm just glad about the protests and everything. I'm glad so many people turned out, and
it's good turnout, isn't it?
We've got to just keep doing it. If we are allowed back in, they've got to start protesting before every single game, and the Arsenal fans will do.
And this is the thing. This is why I'm loving the fact that what I'm saying about the Arsenal supporters, Man United, blah blah blah, is because we were protesting for a year before lockdown, and everyone was criticising us for doing it. It's just saying, just get behind the team the whole bloody time, which we are. And now other clubs are doing it because they're just as pissed off as how their clubs are being run as we are. So it's waking a lot of people. It's waking a lot of people up in media. It really is.
It's like Newcastle. I mean, obviously their fans haven't been happy with their owner for a long time, and they obviously have.
15 years now, I think, at last count, wasn't it? It's like 15 years.
I don't think they've been happy with him since he bought it. Really,
that's what I'm saying. 50. Ashley's been in charge for 15 years.
When Keegan went in 08, that's when Ashley became public enemy number one in Newcastle. You know, and I'm not saying it's not deserved. I'm just saying that was it. When he pissed off their hero Kevin Keegan, and he showed his true colours by
and then hiring Joe Kinnear as his replacement.
Joe Kinnear, who then was it when he came back to the club? Didn't he come back to the club and called him Johan Kebab?
Yeah. And Charles Nzogbe Insomnia, I think it was.
No, he called him Childhood Insomnia. And then Charles Nzogbe put in a transfer request claiming he was being bullied or something. So I think there was a bit more to it than that. But it was when, like, I call this, I'm wearing the shirt, but I call this the harshest United era of Newcastle. Like
the soap era.
Yeah, the soap, like that from 2008 until they got promoted under Chris Hughton, it was like a soap opera, that football club. It was ridiculous. Like Joey Barton going on strike, like. Everything until they went back to the Premier League in 2010, it was just ridiculous. Was it?
Yeah, and then a few years later, hiring Steve McLaren to be your saviour.
Oh God!
But was Alan Pardew on a 12-year contract or something?
Yeah, technically yes, because he renewed on the 6th year. He renewed on the 6th year. So yeah, technically it was a 12-year contract.
I think he only finished getting paid last season, wasn't it, or something ridiculous?
And who was it? Was it John Carver that claimed himself the best coach in the league?
Best coach in the league, and lost every game.
2 games, and one of them was against us.
Yeah. Because he was alongside Ranieri, wasn't he? When Leicester won, wasn't he?
I'm sure I think of Craig Shakespeare.
Craig Shakespeare, sorry, yes, sorry, yeah.
Come on!
And then the other great one, although it's not great, but it's wasn't it Gutierrez? It would survived cancer, came back, scored the goal, keep him up, and then they released him.
Yeah,
it's like again, that's like throwing out a fucking dream team. They did that to Cole Fletcher, just taking out the cancer. Like, they did exactly the same thing to Cole Fletcher. Like. Newcastle United were a dream team for quite a few years.
Gundogan header over, probably not the player you want to trying to head the ball in the 6-yard box, but just goes over. But now Tottenham started the second half pretty well, but City get back into it now. Still missing that key opening goal. But at least it's, from a Tottenham point of view, at least it's more than 1% in the City's third. It was on one occasion. At the start of the game, Russ, it was like after 15 minutes, 20 minutes, literally it was like 1% in City's third. It was
really.
And even then, we were joking. That's being generous to him. It's probably like half a percent.
Yeah. Well, as John said, it was like 0.6, but they rounded it up. But now, start the second half a lot brighter. So a bit more of an even game in this second half.
Definitely.
But, with the chances City have had, they should be ahead. But fair play to Tottenham. They defended for their lives and put their bodies on the line. Particularly Dyer and Alderweireld.
Are they fighting like beavers at the back, are they? Did you say
chance for Tottenham, though. He's Kane.
Oh, he's coming forward, isn't he?
He's got to play in Højbjerg, surely.
Take him out. God's sake.
Oh, my God. That is bad.
Has old Harold messed up again?
Højbjerg.
Well.
Who's the other?
Højbjerg.
Well, he was... I don't know, but he's not very happy with his mate.
At the minute, City got the ball where I am, so
you'll see it in a minute, lads.
Kane's running into the box now. Slips over as he does it.
He played in Højbjerg eventually, and then he tries to play in Reguilon, and it just
Reguilon's just like,
They both just go, hang on a minute, what?
We didn't do that in training.
Eric Dyer on the ball at the minute.
Yeah, Kane's holding his knee. I think it was a challenge by Diaz. It might have been, but he's back jogging now. So
he's fine.
We've just seen the replay now, so let's have a look.
Oh, Christ almighty.
That's a good tackle. Get in there.
I think Højbjerg held down triangle on the PlayStation too long there, lads, I think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the clout coming to him between him and Kane. But, yeah, he went down beforehand anyway, so...
Yeah.
there's not a foul because at the end of the day,
no foul.
Yeah,
but after the decision yesterday, mate, I don't know what a foul is or what.
Don't.
I don't know. I don't know what football is anymore.
Well, that'll just live long in the memory, I think, for a
I
while.
think we're
That
playing
will.
cricket.
In a week where the whole notion of football's been questioned, the last thing you do is make a decision like that. Do you know what I mean? It's just like it's just stoking the fire. It really genuinely is.
It's not the VAR I have an issue with. It's the people, because obviously it's
Thank
there.
you, Russ.
You don't get this problem. You don't get this problem in Europe.
But then you get two. You can have two like decisions that are exactly the same. In one match, it'll be they'll let a goal be a goal, and then in another one they'll just take it away. I just don't.
The proof is in the pudding. In the Champions League and European competitions, you don't get these type of decisions happening. You get it, but you do get it most weeks in the Premier League.
At Arsenal, you get it every bloody game. We had one on Friday night. Pepe was, I think, his sleeve was offside.
Yeah, that mate was hysterical because at the end of the day, the whole rule is it's only the part of the body you can score from, and his arm was offside.
And
so his elbow or whatever was So you're not meant to score with your elbow, are you?
Exactly.
So I give this example every time, Ross. But I say when Pookie had his beard offside, that was when I think we decided we should have gone. Hang on a minute.
And Bamford going, give me the ball there.
Shut the ride down. Okay, just shut the ride down and think about it for a minute.
It's like another one. I'm sorry, I was born with toes, but my toes are offside. Sorry about that. It's frustrating, especially Arsenal. It seemed to happen every game, every watch along I'm on the Mr. Arsenal podcast usually for most Arsenal games, but every game there seems to be a decision that goes against Arsenal, and it's just really, really frustrating.
Well, we've had two of the most farcical We've had two of the most farcical red cards this season. Absolutely farcical.
Yeah. Well, that's two in what, 6 weeks, 7 weeks?
Well, no, I'm talking. It's 2 in 2 weeks for us. Red cards, but the Dawson one was justified. Dawson was justified. It was stupidity on his part. But the Soucek one was horrendous. But I think the Balbuena one was even worse.
Yeah, because there is no argument for why it's the sending off. With Soucek, you can there is a tiny little bit, but right, the Mr. Arsenal podcast, mate. The FA don't like anybody as it stands at the minute, and certainly the Premier League, which is the entity, is as David Moyes said under the in his post-match interview afterwards. He basically said he likes the referees. He thinks they do their job well, but there must be instruction coming down from higher above as to why they're doing the things that they're doing. If he doesn't get penalised for that, I'll be very surprised, because it's blasting the Premier League officials. It really is blasting them very politely, but saying they're being used as puppets for a bigger agenda what's happened over the last 7 days. Be very interesting to see what happens with that. I don't think anything will, but he's just saying what we'll feel. Yeah, there are teams that will have decisions go against them on purpose.
Oh, if you're a top 6 side, you're more likely to get decisions go in your favour. Absolutely, but it's just sometimes I just think there is an agenda against certain.
It's the fact that Martial did exactly what Balbuena did against us, but he took Bonner out for 2 months, and it wasn't even a free kick. Whereas we did it to Chilwell, and it's a red card and a direct free kick.
And likewise, you can say with what's his name on Van Dijk,
Pickford,
Pickford, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think Liverpool fans went on a little bit, but it was a red card.
Yeah, 100%.
100%.
And the best player got taken out for 9 months. So he's good.
It was more how they thought it was a big global conspiracy against Liverpool, and I was just like,
you can't get much more.
Liverpool fans always think there's a global conspiracy against Liverpool. That's the funniest thing.
But as I say, with Pickford on Van Dijk, you can't get much more serious foul play than that.
Yeah.
Granted, it wasn't intentional, but it is still serious foul play.
Yeah, because serious foul play can be unintentional.
Yeah,
I mean, I'd like to think that Martin Taylor didn't mean to break Eduardo's leg, but he did it. Like,
cost us a league that season. That did.
I wasn't
won the
even
league.
saying that realizing that I was in it with an Arsenal fan. Like, genuinely, I just said that. It wasn't aimed at you. Sorry, mate. But
No. We would no. That I'll tell you what. But that tackle, that foul, that totally derailed our season.
Well, it derailed the poor lad's career. He was never the same. Never the same. He ended up playing in Ukraine for most of his career, didn't he?
Jack
he came from somewhere like
he was
that
Croatian
anyway.
Brazilian. He was Brazilian, but played for Croatia.
Yeah, because he was in Croatia for quite a few years before we signed him.
Again, Dennis Bingo, Football Manager. I remember Football Manager 14. He was just playing for Shakhtar Donetsk, and I was like, "What? Okay." I thought he was like in their reserve team. But yeah,
there's been a couple of Spurs subs, lads. Bale,
Sissoko and Bale.
And on for more on Lo Celso. So,
it's not going to make a bloody difference. It's not going to have any impact.
Famous last words, John.
Well, the
winner.
I know, but seriously, all joking aside, what has Bale done for Spurs this season? Seriously, what has he done for him? Fuck all, nothing.
Taking lots of money
against us when we played.
Saving it for today, mate.
So he has got it in his locker, but
I know he's pocketing 300 grand a week. That's what he's doing.
But then, even when he came on against us, a few weeks after he signed, what did he do?
Oh, it was the other return leg when we beat him at almost at Upton Park.
He made a difference when he come on.
No, guys. I don't give a monkeys about that. I'm talking about this season. What has he done for Spurs this season?
I'm telling you, because when we beat them at London Stadium this season 2-1, he came on at half time and dragged them back into the game. So he did do very well that game this season.
I've seen Spurs play a few times, including obviously both our games, and I don't think Bale's done half as much as what he should have done for him at all. Like for example, when we did the North London derby, it was just like it was nothing.
Everyone
I don't think Jose really wanted him, so that's probably
didn't. No, which is one of the reasons why he was let go. Is the fact that he said no, he's not good enough. He's not good enough for me. He went, well, he's good enough for Spurs. It just sells.
Yeah, I think Bale's done okay, but obviously he was never going to be the player that he was when he left Spurs first time round. So
that was close. That was just seen them Fernandinho's header attempt. Then that was close.
Yeah, good effort. There we go. Action areas has come up. 18% in each third. So it's a lot different than the 1%. 20 minutes.
Was 18 times more accuracy, I suppose. But
exactly. So even game in this second half, definitely. Just missing that opening goal.
And that's the thing. I mean, it's now it's getting to what I was talking about at the start of the game, that it's the midfield battle.
No, definitely. It's Sterling on the left. Got options in the box. Gundogan. Oh, it doesn't connect it properly. Second attempts in the last 10 minutes. Gundogan's not had his finishing boots on. He's got a few goals this season, Gundogan, but missed a couple of opportunities. But good play again by Sterling on the left-hand side this time. Well onside. And no one in the box, so waited patiently. Good ball in, and Gundogan volley to left field wide. But you'd fancy City to make a couple of subs soon. We've got plenty of options.
They got Aguero, was warming up about 10 minutes ago. So it wouldn't be surprised to see him come on centrally.
Yeah, you got Jesus, Bernardo Silva, Torres as well.
Their bench is much better than Spurs is. Much better.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Just had the Gundogan chance. That was blazing.
Yeah.
That was.
It's a great ball from Sterling. It's just he's in the wrong body position for it. That's the problem.
Yeah. The stats have just come up for City of 15 attempts, but only 2 on target.
Yeah. And Spurs is?
That's 2 shots, I think. And then 1 on target.
We'll see it in a second.
It's Mahrez. Oh, what a save! And there's offside on Sterling, but I think it might have been another good save by Lloris. He's having a top game so far. If he did get a touch to it, Mahrez is just absolutely killing it this game so far.
Yeah, he's definitely massively standing out, isn't he? Really is.
Absolutely, yeah. Good attempt, and that's a great save. Gets it on his right hand wrist, and then corner comes in.
Come on.
It's a goal kick. So Spurs have survived that wave. Yeah, they've just got. I think City just got to keep giving Mahrez the ball, especially if as mentioned, first our Reguilon's on the yellow. But the captain Lloris is leading from the front today for Tottenham point of view.
Mm-hmm.
We were saying about how he could be a liability in goal for them as well, weren't we? So,
but like Bill said, they've only had 2 shots on target, so he's not really had much to do.
Three now.
Or 3 now. So yeah, 70 odd minutes into the game, and City have got 3 on target. It's not really a lot for Lloris to do, but fair play to them for making the saves that he has. And you know, at least the first save he made was a pretty much a daisy cutter that you could just pick up.
Exactly, but the amount of blocks that Alderweireld and Dyer have put in, been both defended very well with them too. Hey man, thanks for joining. Let's go. It's going to be, as I think Gary Neville said in the first half, could be a cricket score, but been a lot more even in the second half. Could go either way.
pretty much, yeah.
But, didn't look like extra time was going to be on the cards, especially after that first 45. But
no, you jinxed it saying at the start, mate.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Still fancy there'll be at least one opportunity for each side before 90 minutes is up.
Oh, completely. We've got 15 minutes left, give or take.
Yeah, plus stoppage time, yeah.
Yeah.
Just game slowing down a little bit.
You see, yeah, I was literally about to say with the defensive line just passing the ball around each other, nobody from City is attacking it.
They're speeding up a little bit now. Is Mahrez? He's got to keep giving him the ball. He's got 2 on him now. Højbjerg does well actually there. That's a good question from Kian. Thanks, mate. Who do you have on your odds being the next Spurs manager? Well, I think Nagelsmann is probably the odds-on favourite.
There's talk of him going Munich because the Munich manager is going to be the Germany manager. So
yeah, that's right. Yeah,
not too sure on that one really, because based on that,
Brendan Rodgers has been linked. But if I was him, I'd stay at Leicester personally.
I was going to say I can't see him doing it. I really, really can't.
But,
I can't see him leaving Leicester. No.
I mean, Leicester are going to finish above Spurs, and why would he want to leave for that?
Rafa Benitez, he must be quite high up, I would imagine.
Alan Kirbishley.
Oh, how funny would that be? How funny would that be? Agent Curbs.
Agent Curbs.
Alan Pardew.
Uncle Avram.
But there'll be plenty of still, it's just time we've got a great training ground, great stadium, got good players, so there'll be plenty interested.
Well, they should just go and get Southampton's manager.
Well,
Hasenhüttl. That's not a bad shout, actually. That's not a bad shout.
They nick all their players, well, let's say the Liverpool, but
yeah,
they got Poch off him, didn't they? So
that cracked me up. That did when Poch was at Southampton. He had a translator. Goes to Spurs, and he was able to speak English within 6 weeks. It was like, what are you not bothering with Southampton?
I think Tottenham said you've got to speak English.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, it was just a funny thing that literally his last press conference as Southampton manager, he's got a translator standing next to him, and then his first is Spurs. Oh, it was brilliant.
But Bielsa don't need one, does he? So to get his message across, so I don't see what the issue is.
It does make me laugh though with Bielsa, because when he talks, there's sometimes he's translating, turn around and go, "Hang on a minute, just say that again," because he does. He questions him sometimes. Like, hang on a minute, just repeat that so I can tell him what they're talking about. Doesn't do it very often, but some of them, like the pre-match conferences, definitely he's like, "Hang on, say that again."
Don't know. I think that a few teams will sort of have a look at their manager's situation in the summer again, won't they? If Arsenal don't get Europe, I don't know what they'll do with Arteta. I don't know if he'll stay or go. I mean, I'm fed up with the way we're playing at the moment. I don't really care if Arteta's there next season or not.
He's got to be given time. He's a young manager.
But he shouldn't be doing his apprenticeship at Arsenal.
No, agreed.
Avram Grant is available.
Avram Grant, is he?
They're not that desperate, surely.
Why would anyone be desperate to get Avram Grant? He's the greatest manager alive.
Arsene Wenger's available as well, but most Arsenal fans wouldn't like that.
Yeah.
That would be funny though if he came back. That would be funny.
What do we just put DT in charge of Arsenal?
DT, yeah, Robbie.
give it DT to the end of the season.
DT and Robbie.
DTFC are doing very well, so
yeah, he's got managerial pedigree. He's got an album coming out again in a couple of weeks.
Oh dear. What bad one.
No.
Is Kane? Christ, how deep Kane is. He's definitely not over his injury. Look
he's doing a Lacazette, but like playing that deep.
He's back with the Spurs fans. That's how deep he is. Needs a bit of spark this game. Slowing down Noster.
Nobody's attacking. They're just intercepting and passing. That's all it is. Literally, just now, I was seeing it with who's that? Yeah, just whoever just passed it to Kane just now. I think it was Aurier. I think. Yeah, Aurier just passed it.
Sissoko, I think it was.
Sissoko, yeah. So that's what I mean. It's just like literally everyone's just intercepting, passing the ball, intercepting, passing the ball, intercepting, passing the ball. That's all we're seeing. Neither are trying for it at all.
Yeah, you'd think Pep will make a couple of subs, but he hasn't made one. That's all yet.
Just going to say that my 4-0's looking unlikely now.
yeah.
Still time, mate. Still time. Don't tear up your ticket yet.
He's folding.
You could have it. You could have 4 goals in 10 minutes. It's possible. It's possible.
Come on.
Defended solidly, Spurs. Fair play to them. Which you haven't really said all season, I've got to say.
No.
It was probably putting their best defensive performance of the season.
Mm-hmm. Like I said at the start of it, it was just it's very Mourinho. It's sitting back as much as possible.
Oh, well, that's a foul. Come on.
Well, that's a foul already. Not for the first time gives a foul away. What was it that Roy Keane called him and Danny Rose that time a few years ago? Dumb and Dumber, wasn't it?
I don't remember that. That's brilliant. That is a Keane.
And says down there, it says Southgate's a favourite for Spurs job. Good luck.
The mate in the sub, Rodri's coming on for City.
Gareth Southgate. Oh my God, I just can't. No, if he was ever linked with Arsenal, I would cry.
I reckon Southgate's one of those managers that is just suited to international management.
Yeah.
I mean, I still maintain.
Yes! That's it.
9 minutes to go, and final of all people is the centre back who gets the goal.
Laporte.
As it usually is for City the last few games, isn't it? Their centre backs have been on the score sheet in different guises, either an assist or an actual goal itself.
Yeah, so
I wish we had the Spurs fan in the chat. That would be amazing. Need to reach
Brain,
out.
where are you? That's a great free kick. To be fair, really is good.
Ball in by De Bruyne on the left from the foul, and Laporte brilliantly gets above Sissoko. I think it is
Sissoko. Yeah,
it gets the run on him. Oh, that's a good header. Beats I think Reguilon on the post.
Sissoko just sort of lost his man, didn't he?
Yeah. Very good header. Gets the run on Sissoko. Brilliant header.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah, the celebration could be worked on, but finally, of all people, Laporte gets the goal and City, you have to say on the balance of play, they get their deserved lead.
He's had all that time
because he's unmarked as well. That's why
he's had all that time in lockdown to work on his celebration, and he hasn't.
Three more goals, City. Come on, 3 more goals, lads.
This is second goal.
I'm not going to try and say his first name.
I don't think he ever knew about it, to be fair, because it just bounced straight off his head, and he's like, "Oh, it's gone in, is it? All right."
That's the disadvantage of zonal marking. Sissoko was zonal marking, and Laporte gets to run on him, and he had no chance. And then very accurate header because Højbjerg was right on the post.
I've never liked zonal marking.
now finished.
It's Mortal Kombat. Finish him.
Couple of subs now. Rodri's
Get over here.
And then Dele Alli's on for Højbjerg for Tottenham.
Because that's coming out, isn't it? The Mortal Kombat movie, that's coming out in a
I
few weeks.
saw it the other day on my TV box. It's not a bad film, actually.
Wasn't there a Mortal Kombat film a few years ago? Or am I
Yeah, in the 90s there was, yeah.
Oh, I was thinking like mid 2000s there was one.
No, there was two.
Christopher Lambert was
the first one, yeah. Yeah, that was in the 90s. They released two released one in 95, I think, and then the other one came out not long after.
Yeah,
but
Annihilation.
The second one was so inferior to the first one.
Yeah, Annihilation was terrible. It's like especially with the visual effects coming in place, like let's give it to an art student because it was awful. Terrible.
It was.
Honestly,
that film was awful.
Watch Caravan of Garbage's review of it, man. It's hysterical. It really is funny.
Is De Bruyne through on goal?
Come on, go! Can't Sterling got bit. He had too much time, didn't he?
Keeps Tottenham in the game.
Should have hit it first. Well, not first time, but he could have hit it a little bit quicker. Come on.
Look for every.
That's it. Good tackle.
Look for every worth that he was going to make it 2-0, and he nearly did it. Sterling there on the left.
Jesus Christ!
Again.
How many people did De Bruyne just take on there? Jesus Christ!
Yeah, that took on the old team.
Yeah, pretty much. It's at least 4 or 5 in one foul stroke, and I love that. De Bruyne just push on. I think that's Sissoko just goes, "Get off the ball."
That's a shame. I was looking forward to extra time.
You never know. It's Sissoko.
You never know. Yeah.
Ball comes in. Oh, that's rubbish. Is Bale?
Didn't beat first man, did it?
His son. Region. Can he keep it in?
Region.
No, it's cleared by Diaz, I think. It's got to go for it now, Tottenham, but they haven't really, apart from the start of the second half,
they don't look bothered, do they? They really don't look bothered.
I think they're just lacking ideas, mate.
Yeah. I mean,
Bernardo's coming on.
Dyer and the other centre-back spent about 15-20 seconds just passing the ball to each other. There's plenty of options in front of them and just passing the ball to each other. What was the point?
Sub for City, De Bruyne is coming off. Another good game for De Bruyne, and Bernardo Silva's coming on. Not a bad sub to make 4 minutes from time.
Mm-hmm. Try and kill the game as quickly as possible by the looks of it.
Yeah, not a bad player to come on. Not too bad, is it?
Mm.
Technical ability that Silva's got.
Unbelievable. What happened to Silva? What happened to him? Is he?
What one, JP?
Hang on, I'm just trying to remember. I'm using City's place. Hey,
Bernardo Silva or
David Silva?
David Silva.
Yeah.
He's
David Silva's gone.
He's a Sociedad.
Oh,
he left last season, didn't he?
Yeah.
I remember.
He said he had to go now. My planet needs me, and then a big sign up saying that David Silva died on his way back to his home planet.
Mm.
Yeah, he won a trophy with them. If it was some sort of trophy they won the other.
Yeah, they won it because their manager put the shirt on and started singing.
Yeah,
so I think it was a massive trophy drought.
Was it the Copa del Rey?
It was something.
Mm.
It was a cup, a domestic cup, and it's like David Silva wins virtually everything with Man City, then joins Sociedad and still wins more than Spurs.
Yeah. Sociedad's first trophy in God knows how long as well.
It was interesting actually just thinking about it because I watched James Corden's talk on the Late Show about the whole Super League stuff, and I was finding out the other day that it wasn't a unanimous decision from the rest of the Premier League. Apparently, Leicester wanted to get involved in it as well. So it's not unanimous if everybody's if it's not everyone that's voting for it.
At the end of the day, right? If Burnley was said, "Oh, do you want to be in this Super League?" They're going to say yes, aren't they? Of course they are, because
as I said, yeah.
Sullivan would have bitten everyone's hand off for it.
Yeah, of course he would. I mean, it's they're not saying that the big six or whatever they're holy whiter than white or anything, but at the end of the day, any club who's offered that sort of thing will say yes, won't they?
Fair point. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was the point. Leicester have won more than Spurs have in the last few seasons, and it's just like, well, why weren't they involved in the conversation?
Spurs are only involved because they got. I assume it's just because of value, really. I mean, they're worth a couple of billion quid.
Came out the other day. Yeah.
And they got a nice new Shite Hart Lane and everything, and
they've got which is the Hood from Thunderbirds in charge of them in Daniel Levy.
Did you see the Dulux thing? Did you see all that?
Yeah,
I saw that as well. Yeah, I like that, Dennis. That's good. I like that. Yeah, you're not far off, mate. To be fair, you're not far off.
He needs bigger eyebrows. That's all. Yeah. He just needs bigger eyebrows, and he is the Hood from fucking Biggie. But yeah, ridiculous.
Berg White is coming on for Aurier.
Aurier. It's neither one who said, "Oh, it's just a job to me" or something. Football's just a job.
No, Kimi Raikkonen said that about Formula One. It's just a hobby. I don't really feel any pressure. This is my hobby. I don't need to do this anymore.
I was sort of surprised by how he's finished after he won the World Championship.
Yeah.
Here's Mahrez. I've just checked, lads. David Silva, it was the Copa del Rey. They won it. It was the 2020.
The Copa del Rey, the Lana del Rey,
Oh, God.
I'm in full-on wind-up mode today now. Spurs have lost. I'm satisfied.
Yeah,
it's made weekend's a bit better now. Yeah,
there's nothing for us to wind them up about because you just have to, because it's just the scoreline alone.
Foden.
Oh my days, go! Oh,
great block by Alderweireld again.
Got to be man of the match, isn't he?
How many times have we said that today? Here's Bell. Sissoko's out on the right.
Oh, come on.
Does well, but his Bale. Son's free on the left. He can find him. Doesn't.
No.
Doesn't contribute much, Bale, to be honest.
I called it.
So there's 3 minutes of this time. We've already played a minute of it. Is Sterling. Chance for City to make it 2. Sterling cuts inside. Alderweireld has been rock solid at the back today. Back to his best, you'd have to say.
Yeah, so he's been the best player, really, from what I've seen second half.
They're huffing and puffing Tottenham. They've got no energy.
Knackered, didn't they?
Yeah, they're gone. Legs are gone. Yeah. If you're chasing the ball for 90 minutes, this is not a surprise at all.
I mean, this is the thing with that, as you just said just now. That's the Sterling.
The clear foul, that one. Waste a bit of time.
The Sterling attempt just come up on the screen now, and it's clear that Sterling's like seeing Dyer jogging is just like, well, I'm going to jog as well in that case. Let's just go in the same place.
The cup final of a training session.
Training session for Man City.
Oh, yeah. Even if Jose Mourinho was in charge, I don't think there would have been much difference today, I've got to say.
No, Man City have just played at their own pace. Spurs haven't put any pressure on them.
Exactly. Yeah.
Apart from the
start of the second half, yeah, that's the only pressure we've seen from them.
That was it. Yeah. I think this final showed where Tottenham are. They're obviously, we knew that anyway.
Nowhere, mate.
But they're not as good as City and the other side. So easy to say, isn't it? We could judge it on this.
Absolutely. Completely agree.
15 seconds to go. Foden's got the ball. Just keeping the ball City. Just a matter of time now. That's gone in.
Goal?
Nah, it's offside. Offside. I think Mahrez deserved to score today. He's probably been my man in the match, I'd say.
Mm.
He's been excellent.
Foden's played brilliantly well as well today.
Yeah, not for the first.
Yeah, Sterling's made some fantastic runs.
And there we are. That's it. Full time.
All done.
Man City have won the League Cup for the 4th year in a row. Deservedly.
I was going to say it's been about
there.
8 years since they lost a match in the Carabao Cup.
Not a classic. Some decent chances. Could have been 2-3-0. Wouldn't have flattered City at all. But Laporte, of all people, was the matchman of a great header. And but City easily deserved that. Thoughts, John, overall?
It was an inevitable conclusion. I mean, we all said there's going to be more goals in it than this. I mean, Bill, you and I both said the same sort of one. I said a tight 2-1, but it was just if City had their shooting boots on in the first half, man, there could have been 2 or 3 at half time. Unbelievably,
Spurs are crying.
It was, and so, but yeah, it's the favourites have won it once again, as you're saying, 4 years in a trot now. It's not to be sniffed at in any shape or form.
100%. Thoughts, Dennis? It wasn't quite Harchester United like soap. There was no dramas today. But thoughts on the final overall?
Yeah, pretty much what we were talking about, mate. Is he actually crying?
Oh,
Yeah,
Son is.
Larice
Okay, because
is.
I'll be honest, I've switched the stream off when I found out it's full time.
Yeah.
Can't be bothered, but yeah, I mean, I was hoping for a more captivating game. I mean, there was a few moments first half when Sterling ran rings round them down City's left, which was quite entertaining. But other than that, it was just Spurs dug in. I think the tactic was to nullify them and try and catch them on a lucky break or something, which not a bad tactic to have against City. But yeah, that's the problem. It's like when we use West Ham fans when we played them in 2018 and Ogbonna, we nearly shithoused it. Ogbonna put us ahead and we tried to hold them, and eventually City won out 2-1. Yeah. And afterwards, you had Fabian Delph moaning, "Oh, people come in, not park it, like they don't come here to play football, they come here to park the bus and stuff." And City fans themselves are saying, "Well, what do you expect?"
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Like, what do you expect?
In that instance, the entire bench cost more than our starting 11. I mean, of course, it's going to be like that.
One player costs more than the starting 11.
Ridiculous.
Thoughts for us, mate?
I only saw the second half, chaps, but yeah, there was no way Spurs were winning this. As you said, then you can only sort of catch Man City on the break. You got to let them have the possession because by the end of it, Spurs were knackered. They were chasing the ball all game, and sometimes you just got to let Man City just have all the possession and then just try to catch them on the counter attack.
Yeah, no, it was always going to be tough for Tottenham today, but yes, City were too good, a class above. 1-0, close scoreline, but in reality, 3-0, 4-0 would not have flattered them whatsoever. They had so many chances, specifically in the first half. But Tottenham, Lloris had a decent game. Alderweireld and Dyer got plenty of blocks in, but City just had too much for him in the attacking areas. And a great point by Brownie. Thanks, mate. Harry Kane has a habit of rushing himself back into games when he's clearly not fit. Did it in the Champions League final and done it today. That's a great point, mate. And I wouldn't disagree with this one over Sergio. Again, wouldn't disagree with that, to be honest. But Sterling had him ran rings around him. But cheers, mate. Thanks for joining us.
Cheers, Ryan. Cheers, Brownie. Thanks for coming.
Decent enough quality, yeah, but I think, as we've all said, I think 3-0, 4-0 wouldn't have flattered City whatsoever. No,
not at all. As I say, it just goes by the opportunities. It's ridiculous, really. They didn't really make Lloris work very hard, but just looking at the stats, all his possession, City 62%, but the shots, 21 shots, 21 shots, and Tottenham had 2. That is I know stats don't obviously mean everything, but my God, they definitely painted the picture of this final without a doubt.
Yeah.
I
mean, it is. Go on, then.
I just said my word. Like that is the stats there. Just my word.
It just shows like we were saying for that majority, especially for the first half. If they had the shooting boots on, blam.
Oh yeah, 100%, yeah.
Oh,
It's happened again. Yeah, Tottenham Hotspur. It's happened again.
It's Claret blue at the moment, but yeah.
Cheers, Brown. Yeah.
I'm going to have words with Brownie after this.
But no,
He's a good lad. He's a good lad.
Who would have thought that of all the attacking players? It's Laporte who, with the form of Diaz and Stones, has not really been a regular, even though ability-wise he probably should be. But he comes in today, and obviously Stones was suspended after getting sent off against Villa, and he played well enough. Didn't have to defend that much, but obviously went forward and got the winner in the end.
Yeah, it's like we're saying when we were talking about it, it was completely unmarked. Like, I mean, from a defender's point of view, you're not going to track another defender, but you know, it was a great run from the free kick in there, and bam, straight in.
Yeah, Sissoko's just sort of lost his man, and he's just lost concentration for a split second, and that's all it takes to score a goal. So
yeah, and zonal marking.
Yeah, no, I've never been a fan of it.
That was flawed in that marking, but you know, good ball by De Bruyne, not for the first time since he's joined Man City. But yeah, decent enough final, but not weren't a goal fest, but you know, some good quality, particularly from a Man City point of view. So, any final thoughts, lads, before we finish up?
No, I think we're all happy that Spurs didn't win, and I think that's the big takeaway today. I think we all got mates in the office who are Spurs fans, and so it should be a fun Monday morning.
No, without doubt. All right, well, cheers, Dennis, John, and Russ for joining us. Thanks to you guys in the comments as well. So, thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe to Garage Football if you're new, and like this video if you enjoyed it. We'll see you on the next one. Take care.